Hello? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm getting ready to leave. All right, we'll see you in a minute. All right, bye. We're taking a road trip to Nashville today to see Jesse Nemitz. He is a producer, an artist developer, and a vocal coach who's worked with many of today's well-known artists. He's going to answer the top questions that every vocalist needs to know. So make sure you stay tuned. Are you ready? Let's go. This will only take a minute. I'm telling you, this is very important. We do not want to miss this opportunity.
What could possibly be so important that we have to make a special stop?
I think I'll have 3 official plays.
Are you a violator?
I hope not.
Come on through.
What's up, man? I don't know if you remember Becky. She helped us put together
Yes.
Culture.
Again? Of course.
And then this is our cousin Chris, who was also at Kingdom Culture.
How you doing?
Here we go.
And
That's my
he's
dog.
gonna film us today. How you doing, man?
Good to see you.
Good to see you, man.
Well,
You take him home.
should we try to wear the same thing next
That'd be
time?
great.
So we don't,
That'd
you know,
be great.
don't look like we're not, you know.
Yeah. You want to show us a little tour real quick? I don't know if you want to do that or
Well,
if you get your.
I guess it would be pretty short. This would be where everything
It's right here.
Wow.
happens sound-wise, and then it pipes into the other room.
Oh, okay. So it cables to the room.
Yeah, you hear it in here. Put a microphone on it. Run the microphone in here.
This is the real deal.
So it just runs through this hole in the wall and comes in here.
So how many? So people actually come to your place and they record.
That's what I was about to ask.
In fact,
Okay.
as soon as you guys leave, I've got an artist coming over to record lead vocals and backgrounds.
So it's a recording studio.
Yeah.
You don't just do lessons.
No,
I had no idea. I didn't know that.
Would it
that's
be?
my secret sauce.
Oh yeah.
That
didn't
I
know
don't
that.
really want to be a vocal coach.
I
say
thought you were a vocal coach.
it's really
I didn't
true
know
that
Trying
it's-
to get people to sound like good enough for the record, and that's
I had no idea.
He's more production and then vocals is the side.
yeah,
I didn't know that.
which makes it very interesting.
Yeah.
Which do you love more,
Oh, it's,
honestly?
it's not like it's like which child.
Okay.
You have 2 kids, you know.
Okay, I'm just wondering.
Yeah, because it's not even the same thing.
Right.
I love helping people that really want to know how to do the difficult stuff, because it's just a little more difficult than it should be sometimes. So I love helping people. But on the music side, I love people listening to music, and I like creating that moment for them. So,
Awesome.
Wow.
Whether
So
it's
basically,
in-
you're a producer. Is that what we would say?
Yeah,
Okay.
writer, producer.
I had no idea.
How long did it take you to collect all
Look
of
what
this?
I've learned.
I mean, this is some serious cheese,
That's
man.
beautiful.
You're
right
probably
there.
looking at
This-
equipment since 06, 2006.
Wow.
I don't think anything's older than that in here. Or, I mean, there's things that are older than that, but that I haven't had that long.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
So is the goal for you like to one day just like bump the vocal lessons? I'm just gonna be.
Now the goal is to do exactly what I'm doing right this moment.
Oh,
Man, you living the dream,
I
man.
love that.
I do 2 days a week vocal lessons,
Okay, that was awesome.
and then it just keeps
I love that.
it going, you know.
Man, that's awesome.
Oh.
And then I'm actually building a few proteges, guys that are just wanting to teach, and so I'm pouring a lot of time into them. Got a guy out in Singapore And then I've
Wow.
got a few guys here in the States.
Oh my God.
One of them's a worship leader like you.
Wow, man.
That is
cool,
awesome.
That's cool.
You know, you don't want to quit at all while, I don't know, I feel like there's something unique about what we're doing.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
definitely.
Wow.
You have like multiple businesses in one, man. That's so
Yeah,
you
I
have
had
the
no clue.
you have the entrepreneur inside, right?
More or less.
Wow.
I mean, if I wanted to make money, I wouldn't be in music. Let's put it very plainly. But
Well, there's
That's a good point.
Okay.
you know, but there's a club in music that operates. It's you're making the sounds and the songs, but you're also running the finances, and but it's a lot smaller than it used to be.
Yeah.
So it tends to be that if you're getting work done and you're really people are enjoying the music that you're doing, there's probably money involved somewhere.
So
That's usually the case.
is the music industry taking a hit because more people are doing what you're doing, which means we're leaving Music Row and we're leaving all these big studios and we're going to just go people's home?
There's no real reason in a building like this you can't get the same sounds that people are used to hearing on full-on $1 million, $1.5 million, $2 million studios.
So do you actually bring in like what we call studio musicians? You do all that? Okay.
They all sit out in
I
the room.
had no clue.
That's
Yeah.
why it's all that stuff's everywhere, so I can move it
Oh, my
around. And,
goodness.
like I'll be tracking strings. I have a worship project coming up.
Wow.
And we'll need to do a small chamber section, so I'll rearrange the room for that and record.
That's what I was going to
live.
ask. Like you do the whole span.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I heard
It's impressive.
even Bill Gaither did one of his CDs, I heard, and they set the equipment on egg crates
Yeah.
and then put like a cardboard box in between the producer and the vocalist, and that's how they recorded, and it was one of the best CDs they ever did.
Well,
Wow.
A lot of times I won't even be in here while I'm tracking vocals. I'll actually be out there with that computer, that small computer, and it's basically just
Connected.
controlling this guy, so I can be out there right next to the singer at the microphone.
Wow.
That's proven a lot more effective.
This is awesome. Seriously.
Cool stuff, man.
Awesome.
All right.
I had no clue. Okay, I have to ask, like, all this looks really cool to me,
Mhm.
but I have no clue what it is.
Well,
Can you give, like, the dummy version, though?
Yeah.
Literally,
It-
please.
The simplest way to look at it is that it's a spaceship. And someday I will take this and put it in a few small walls with some wings and a rocket engine, and I will take off.
Yeah.
Pretty
That's
much
awesome.
what's
That's
gonna
what it looks like.
No. But until then, mics come in here, they go into that little box with the blinking yellow and red lights,
Okay.
and then from there, all that sound goes into that closet. There's about 4 or 5 computers stacked there in that closet that you can't see. And then that's what you're seeing, is all these screens. And I usually don't want to have them all on. It's pretty crazy, but there's a bunch of computers running. And so all the sound goes in there, then you can have access to it. And then these pieces of gear just have their own sounds, like they're keyboards without keys. And they put other sounds into it. These keyboards go same route. They go back through that machine. Everything funnels right into there, comes up on the screen, and I can record it, re-record it, mess with it, play it back, print it, be done with it.
Wow.
Is that a drum pad, a drum loop, or
It is,
Wow.
but that's not what I use it for.
what do you use?
Of course not.
I use it for automation and changing tracks really quick and like going up and down, like up, down, 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 like selecting stuff. I just use pads because the keys are way too small if I want to move that fast. I usually hit the wrong button. So I like big
Wow.
fat rubber pads. That's really nice.
Let me ask this. How long did it take you, honestly, from when you started to where you were like, I think I've got it. I think I know what I'm doing. I'm
I'll let
good.
you know when I feel that.
Okay.
No, but if I was being honest, I really started to try to get serious at it when I was 22 or 3, and it wasn't until I was almost 30,
Really?
yeah, that I felt like, I think I can handle this now.
What made you decide that you can go into this side? Because I know you did a lot of vocal. What made you decide?
Well,
I'm
the
going to be the
vocals
producer?
are simple. It's that moment. You see it happen. It makes you want it when you're young and you're you're impressionable and you're seeing that communication style. But it's just a moment and it just goes away. A record is practically in human terms forever.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
can listen
That's
over and
good.
over.
Okay, that was
So
good.
That's a good
if
point.
I can get sound to go in and come back out in an arrangement that makes people feel something,
Wow.
and then does it once, then that will happen over and over again.
Wow.
So if you can sing one great song at one fantastic moment, it's fleeting, but recording it lasts forever.
Man, I've never heard it put
Okay,
that
see
way.
that
That's
like
good.
that'll
Yeah, that's
choke you up
good.
right there. That's beautiful.
That is
Seriously.
good. Awesome.
So this is the other side. See, this room sounds like it's open, clear. It makes you want to make sound in here.
Yeah.
And there, it's pretty much designed to just have speakers play sound in one spot for your head to sit in one place. It's really not.
Okay.
It's great to sing in there. It's
Okay.
kind of like, it's too cramped.
Yeah.
But this is open. That's why I have everybody sit out here.
Well, thank you so much for having us, man. This place is awesome. Awesome.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's one of the coolest places I've ever been.
And we've been doing voice lessons together for years now.
A lot of years.
I think somebody asked me, and I was like, I think we're almost to a decade now. Because I was going to you at another vocal studio
Mm-hmm.
before you launched that on your own. How long have you been on your own? At your own vocalist?
2010. I got here again in 2007. I grew up here. Moved away for a short while, came back.
Okay.
But that would have been probably, I immediately started working with Brett Manning.
Name some people that you have done voice lessons with. I can name 3 people off the top that people be like, what?
Well, Brett's the real impressive one. He was a protege of Seth Riggs, and Seth Riggs himself has taught everybody, go from Michael Jackson and just head on down the list. Luther Vandross, it's just okay.
Yeah, I mean,
A bunch. And then Brett had his run. He taught Keith. He really taught Keith Urban, and I mean a lot of lessons. And if you hear Brett Manning sing country music, it's ridiculous. It's like, wow, I wonder how much Keith really pulled in there.
sure.
Because of how much he was just coaching him through the stylistic stuff. Then he taught Taylor Swift, really in her transition to the pop side.
Yeah.
He was pretty instrumental in getting that sound focused.
Wow.
And didn't you do Miley Cyrus as well, I think? Or,
Yeah, oh yeah.
I mean, the names are
Wow.
like...
There's a lot, yeah. And there's more, I'm sure.
Yeah, and you've personally done lessons with Clark Beckham, isn't that correct?
Yeah, oh, that's right.
Yeah, I remember
he's
you told me.
famous now, isn't he?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I got him.
He's like, oh yeah, I forgot all about that. He's just famous.
Clark Beckham.
He took lessons, a lot of them actually. Yeah, he's a good kid. Hard worker. I mean, he's in that top shelf of just people who don't give up and people who work hard every day, and that's pretty much what the music industry has time for these days.
Okay, I have to ask this question because I've been dying. Have you honestly ever had anybody that you had to go, I'm sorry, it's just never gonna happen. I'm good, but I can't help you.
Why are you gonna call me out?
I'm not talking about you.
Oh, okay.
I usually
seriously.
I usually leave room for people to fall into that conclusion if it needs to be. I'm not there to give people false hope. It's like,
Okay.
oh, you can do it, like no
Right.
problem, or you could be anything. Like, I mean, the fact is, not everybody can be everything.
Yeah.
However, I like to teach people what they have, and you'd be surprised how many singers don't even realize contextually what they literally have. And I'm not talking
Wow.
like shoot for the stars, like, oh my goodness, you're so amazing. I'm literally just saying, hey, do you realize there are hit records sung by artists with pretty much similar talent, similar voice, similar mindset, like personality, things and trappings, and they've made a career off of that. And you may not, and you'd be surprised how many singers just aren't aware of the other types of sounds out there that may be more similar to them than they understand, because they're probably chasing something they heard and that they feel they can't measure up to. It's
Okay.
extremely common. Oh, Whitney Houston's my favorite singer ever, so I want to sing Whitney. If I'm not singing like Whitney, I must not be any
That's
good.
right.
Okay.
That's right.
And then you pretty much, if the artists that are actually cutting hit records right now, the females, the ones that don't have the ability to really pull off in a convincing Whitney, you'd pretty much take 95% of the charts away.
That's true.
Maybe 5% of
That's
professionally recorded. Well, I mean, not everybody has to be Whitney,
Right.
and not everybody should be Whitney.
Voice lessons are to take what you have and make them greater.
Yeah.
And also to protect your voice. I mean, for somebody that's watching, and they're like, vocal lessons, I don't understand. What, in layman's terms, what is a voice lesson? And why is it necessary?
Well, if you go to a voice lesson, typically you're just going to get somebody that runs scales against your voice and tells you to sing some la 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 or ma 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 against a thing. That's, to me, is different than what I do these days, which is more like artistry training, voice training, or singing training. Like, I'm just trying to get singers to think like great singers, and that makes a big difference. You can try to sing like a great singer and be like, oh, that sounds good. That's just useless. It really is, unless you have the head game. Like, what are you singing? Why? When does it happen? And when you're performing, like, where do you perform? Like, how did you set that up? In what context are you using your voice? And do you realize that 90% of the battle is just how to think? Like, what am I doing? Making decisions. That's what I try to teach people in one way or another. A lot of times it does involve scales. But I don't have like a model in my mind of like, everybody has to sound a certain way, so let's do scales to get that voice to sound that way.
Yeah.
You know, there are some reference points for release, things that, like, I want people to be singing easy so that it doesn't get in the way of the art. But it's very minimum like that. I don't have an ideal sound in my head that everybody has to fit. I have thought process, I have decisions that I watch people make that I know that's a bad decision.
Wow.
You're not thinking like a boss. You're not going to be singing great because your head is in the wrong space.
Yeah.
So however I have to do it to get somebody to use the same mental facilities and the same, you can call it psychology, or just be in the same headspace as great singers. And I mean all great singers, like from James Taylor to Pavarotti.
So you're the whole package. You're not just you do, from perspective of artistry, but also not just singing and singing correctly, but thinking correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, just being real with it. Like, why are you singing, and what do you need to sing?
Well, I said earlier you're part psychologist, and then you just said it.
Yeah.
Really, honestly, it's a lot of psychology,
Totally not trying.
apparently. Really.
I'm not going to go to school for that.
But it's a
You
lot.
have
You're
to,
right. The
yeah.
head game. You're right. Wow.
So what do you say to the person that's watching and they're like, I think I can sing, but my family tells me I'm probably not a good singer, but I kind of want to pursue it. If I'm almost tone deaf, can you at least help me get to the point where I can sing? No matter what anyone says, I can at least sing. Carry a tune.
So which question do you want me to answer? Because the first one was more of like, are people that you know, do they have valid opinions about your art?
Usually not.
I would 100% say that most of the time you're probably going to get horrible advice from people that know you.
Wow.
For more reasons than one.
I agree.
Why is that?
I do. I agree.
Well, I'll tell you, just you play a hit song for somebody that's close to you, they won't know the difference between a perfectly done song that A&R major label's going to go, that's the one, we got to send it, and something that's totally not at all a great song.
That's a
I
good
agree.
point.
They won't be able to tell the
Wow.
difference.
I agree.
Somebody in your family may hear and they're like, they're hearing probably in the context of sound and production. So if they're not hearing like drums and full production, they may not know it's a great song.
Right.
If you could be discredited and you even get a chance to go out and do it, I wonder how many people there are that are watching or in life that have not tried because of someone that's discredited even before they even got a shot or a chance.
Enough to make it a very dry industry. There's not a lot of.
Wow.
It's a desert out there the way I look at it, and a lot of people.
Shocks me.
Well, think of the singers that you know, okay? And you guys do like a music program at a church, and people watching, you probably like think, oh, I have friends, great singer. And then you say, okay, of all the people that I think, man, these are great singers. Like these are music industry ready singers. Like, wow. The competition's got to be a lot, right? There's tons of them, right?
That's what I'm
Okay, well then now you narrow it down one step further. How many of those singers have a song that's not a cover?
Okay.
Okay, now okay, just a song. Even if it's terrible, if they've even tried,
Yeah.
now they have a song. So now it's a voice with some kind of reason to exist.
Yeah.
Okay. Then go one step further.
Wow.
How many singers do you know have a song that's a hit?
Wow.
Okay? That's what I mean when I say it's a desert. There's a list that goes around every few months. It's called a casting list. And what it is all the managers for all the biggest artists, the ones you guys know, the big ones, Beyonce's, the Timberlakes, the biggest ones, they have needs. And they put them on a list, and all the producers and writers get to try to pitch for them because they don't have enough songs. They never have enough songs. You can't get enough hits.
See, this is blowing my mind.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
What?
I knew some stuff about the music industry, but I had no clue about that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So just by the simple fact that if you sing and you like your own voice enough just to sing on purpose, say, I'm going to sing, I'm going to be a singer, and you also happen to fall into contact with great material, whether you wrote it yourself or not, it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to the labels. They don't care as long as it qualifies as a song that's a hit.
Well, thank you so much for tuning in. You've been watching Message in the Music. We can't wait to see you next time.
Make sure you click subscribe or like us on Facebook at Message in the Music.
God bless.
Thank you.